Hello, Azerbaijan British College is currently one of the most popular schools not only in the country but also in the entire region. It is the top institution for the number of parents' online queries. What is the unique about the schools? We will talk about this with the newly appointed head of secondary school at the Azerbaijan British College, Jill Cowie, who previously worked in Britain and China. Hello, Dr. Cowie. We're glad to see you in our studio.
Thank you.
My first question. You worked in different countries of the world. How would you evaluate the advantages of Azerbaijan British College?
Okay, I think I'm going to answer that question in two levels. Just thinking about being in Azerbaijan, I mean, I was attracted to this school because of its geographical location. I think Azerbaijan is in such a fascinating part of the world. It really forms a bridge between the East and the West, between different cultures, different philosophies, and that's fascinating. And just walking around Baku, the city truly feels multicultural. What a better place in the world to develop, global citizens of the future.
So do you think that this kind of mixture of different nations, different people, gives the great advantage of the school?
Absolutely. The kids can see both sides of arguments, they can see different ways to live their lives, and they can choose the best from every culture, every idea, and I think that's wonderful.
Very interesting. Many people believe that such schools are the future. Why is this so?
Private schools, first of all, have many advantages, and I think their biggest advantage is small class sizes. And I think when you have small class sizes, you really get to know your kids. You get to know them as people, but you also get to know them as learners. And that's really important because it allows you to identify for each of your students their strengths, their weaknesses, their shortcomings, their strengths that you can pull out of them. And I think that's why independent schools are so successful. And then all of these schools have different curricula. Mm-hmm. So parents have choices. They know their children probably better than we do, and they know what might be more appropriate for their child, and also they have plans for their children for the future, and so different schools give them different choices and therefore different possible futures for their kids. So they might prefer a school that's very focused on academic success, or a school that's a little bit more liberal and develops maybe the child as an individual more. What I think Azerbaijan British College does is a little bit of both. A little bit of the best of both worlds.
So it's the highest probably demand for parents to place your kid in a special school to not lose your identity.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It is widely believed that any new employee makes some changes. What are your plans? We know that you are newly appointed to the school as the head of secondary school. What is your vision?
Okay. First of all, this is the first year that we will have A-level students. A-level students are, they're starting to do very difficult curricula now. These are the exams that will give them the chance to go to good universities in the future. Mm-hmm. So this is our first cohort of A-level students. A-level is very different from GCSE in that the children really have to start to think laterally, to start to apply their knowledge, and they need to start to become independent learners. We can't do it all for them anymore. Yep. And certainly when they go to university, nobody's going to do it for them. So we have to develop lots of their soft skills. We have to teach them how to research and study by themselves. We have to give them good study skills. We have to teach them those transferable skills like communication, teamwork, all the things that are going to allow them to be successful in higher education and in the real world, in the working world. So part of my job will be to work with our teachers and to work with our students to develop those skills. Sorry, a big thing for me about this school is I'm a chemist by trade, and obviously this is a school that is widely supported by SOCAR, which means the facilities are good, but they also understand the importance of science and mathematics, which is not my only focus, but at A-level is a big focus. And at A-level, the students have to be able not just to understand the knowledge, the concepts of science, they have to be able to do practical science in the lab. So one of the big things I've been doing over the last couple of weeks is looking at what we have in terms of science resources, science materials, so that our children will be able to do all of the practical investigations that will help them to be successful.
You have worked in different countries, so I think it will be easier for you to give us the reply on the other question, which is a concern for many of us. What is the approach you use that kids would feel at home anywhere they go?
Okay, I think first of all it's really important that we listen to children. Okay, we have to listen to their ideas and we have to guide them and focus those ideas so that's backed up by, you know, factual data, so that they're making informed choices. We have to be there for them because the children, certainly in senior school, which I will be in charge of, are obviously going through big changes psychologically, physically. At the same time, they've got exam stress. At the same time, they're making decisions about their future lives. That's very stressful. So we need to be there for them. We need to listen to them. We need to give them guidance. We need to counsel them. Okay? But we also need to teach them to be independent and to be brave. I know, I've worked in universities in the UK and I've seen lots of international students arrive and they stay in groups of people from their own country. They stick to their own food. They stay in the library. They don't join any clubs. They don't make international friends. And I think that's very sad. And so I want to make our children brave and courageous and give them confidence so that when they go out into the big world, they'll participate, they'll join in and they'll talk to people and they'll learn and they will develop as human beings, I think.
Wow, that's interesting. What impressed you the most in Azerbaijan? How many have you managed to visit any places in Azerbaijan? What impressed you the most?
Okay, obviously I've only been here a very short time. I've got to say, I've been most impressed by the kindness of strangers. That's been amazing to me. People have offered to carry my shopping bags when I've had heavy bags, and they give me seats in the metro, and if they can see I'm looking lost in the street, so many people have approached me and said, can we help? So that has been fantastic. I found the Azerbaijani people to be extremely kind. The architecture is beautiful. I mean, the limestone buildings are just amazing, and the intricacy of the carvings is fantastic, and the food absolutely fabulous. So I'm just, so far I've walked through the old town, I've cycled on the boulevard, I'm getting to find out how the different areas of the city connect, but hopefully in time I'd like to go and visit the mountains and the lakes and see a little bit more of the country.
Great to hear that. What is your expectations from the work you are committed to do in Azerbaijan?
Okay. I hope that as a school we can influence young people in a positive way. I hope that we can give them confidence to go out into the real world, and I hope that we can give them a love of learning, because that takes you so far in the world.
And my last question, what do you think is your biggest success?
My biggest success?
Yes.
Again, that I have managed to get children into some of the best universities in the world. But I also know they write to me all the time, my former students, and I know that while they are there, I have students in America who've joined frat houses. They're the only students from their country in that house. They're making international friends, and so they're being successful in their personal life and their social life, but they're also maintaining GPAs of 3.6, 3.7, even 4. So they're being truly successful across all aspects.
Mrs. Cowie, it was a great time to speak with you about the prospects of the Azerbaijan British College. We wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
We talked about the uniqueness of the Azerbaijan British College with the newly appointed head of the secondary school, Jill Cowie. Thank you for watching us. Goodbye.